ball.
The culture.
I mean, we keeping the buck right now, we ass.
To win games, you have to win the game.
Finish the fucking game. It's ending.
Shit, that's what it's cool. All break down on the work. Name it on.
Welcome to the Gun Show. Here are your tickets to see the Cowboys and Lions lock horns in a must-win matchup for both teams. Look at the playoff probabilities, I'm not kidding. If you hear in the distance there are more than a few Detroiters still pissed about the damn skipper game. The answer for Detroit is simple. Jameer Gibbs and Amon-Ra are beasts. And Dallas doesn't have any linebackers. The Floose Goose defense is back in session, although to be fair, many teams aren't able to stop it whatsoever. What signified the star was bad luck at every turn. CeeDee Lamb's concussion fucked them boys. Without him, all they get is an apathetic George Pickens when they needed him at his best. And then he crashes out at Richard Sherman for calling him out in this play. They just couldn't keep up with the Lions' onslaught. They tried, trust me, I half expected Detroit to blow it, but alas, they aren't Philly, so the Lions put together the gutsiest drives to save their career. Really though? Offensive pass interference on Jake Ferguson in the red zone? Rough ball for the sake of rough ball, I guess. Hate to break it to you, Dallas, but your season's all but over. Unless Philly hilariously collapses its game planning for 2026. The Lions have been suddenly cardiac, haven't they? That defense of theirs has some serious holes due to ailments. And it's only gonna get worse since Brian Branch is out for the year. You've got the Rams next week. It's not only their biggest test, it's all but do or die for them. Everyone and their mother had a feeling that the Dolphins were gonna win quite easily, but nobody truly believed it would be this easy for them. Tyrod Taylor is cursed with the affliction of being made of about 90% glass. It isn't if he's hurt, it's when. So with him out of the game, who the hell is Brady Cook? Yeah, Dolphins are most certainly winning this contest now. Who the hell let Brady cook? Wouldn't trust this guy to prepare scrambled eggs, which are roughly the equivalent to what the Jets are as a collective at this point in time. Take note that this is against Miami, in the cold. Miami won a game with the weather below 46 degrees. That's the greatest miracle of them all. And despite playing a dead franchise, they're on the cusp of clawing back to a 500 record with a win next Monday night. The Dolphins merely went into sleep mode starting in the second quarter, for crying out loud. New York's not doing a damn thing this year. Another in the last 15. The highlight of their season was Aaron Glenn dancing on the sidelines in a game they lost back in September. That's all you need to know. Get ready for the 5th rendition of the Eternal Rebuild. As the Vikings learned last week, it can indeed get much worse than 9. Fortunately for them, J.J. McCarthy's ready for another start where he'll play more than up to his draft pedigree. Oh, you didn't know? Godless commies are in town today. Think of it as alternative history. This time around, McCarthyism emerges triumphantly with a crushing victory. HUAC is in session in Minnesota, and the only thing commies will enjoy is being grilled to perfection. Preferably by quick trial and firing squad. JJ will have his most complete game in the NFL with 3 touchdowns, leading the Vikings to more of a moral victory, if we're being honest. Red scares are only fleeting and hollow in nature today. Shit, Minnesota isn't merely satisfied with the win, they want a pound or 2 of flesh as well. Jaden Daniels made his much anticipated return today. One bad throw to Andrew Van Ginkel and getting decked to the ground later, and he's out for the game due to injury. Zach Ertz, that knee is shattered. His career's done at his age. It's thorough humiliation. The only relief will be the tantalizing embrace of death. At least it ended quick. They put together the oldest team in football to swing for the fences after their stunning 2024 campaign. They whiffed horrifically. Ironically, their freefall happened after losing to Chicago. Someone better schedule those 2 to play again next year just to be sure. The Falcons legitimately believe that the best coach to lead them into the new age after the lifeless Arthur Smith was Raheem fucking Morris. Arthur Blanks lost the damn plot. This game was merely the wax seal on the damn letter to be delivered to the king of football. Atlanta spent their offseason in precious draft capital doing everything in their power to improve their defense. That part worked. At least when Divine Diablo's on the field. The problems become everything else. Kirko in 2025 should never have to be experienced by anyone with a working pair of eyeballs. Atlanta in general shouldn't, under penalty of permanent blindness and internal rot. Once the second half hits, Seattle just ran circles around them while the Falcons merely jogged to their heart's content and planned out January vacations. Fucking incredible. Atlanta all but did the move the closest defender away from the ball carrier and Madden trick. I'm not even joking, what did they adjust at halftime? The jockstraps or their tea time. What was looking like an ugly affair turned into a complete blowout. A showcase of all the ills and failings of the Falcons on full display to anyone who bothers to follow them at this point. Seattle doesn't run them over. Atlanta started the car, drove it through a portal at rapid speed, 360 backflips out of the car, then stays in front of it to get smacked into paste. What a pathetic franchise. You can all but guarantee a Jacksonville victory in games like this. You wanna know why? The Colts are headed to Duval. This land is their kryptonite, where everything Indy holds dear melts into a puddle, regardless of the Jaguar team in front of them. Strong, terrible, inconsistent, or this year's version where we don't know what the hell they even are. Indy will fall. And hard. You thought it was just the game, didn't you? You poor fool, the punishment must be more brutal. The harsh climate today doesn't just take the game, it potentially ruins even more. Daniel Jones has a torn right Achilles. That's the leg without the broken fibula, if you're wondering. Even worse, remember Anthony Richardson's currently on IR. So that means backup duty falls to Riley Leonard. He at least has the former Notre Dame QB angle, and that's the only solemn joy they'll get. Jacksonville kicks ass all over the rain-soaked field of play for 60 consecutive minutes. Trevor Lawrence has quite possibly his best game as a pro and uses the Colts as toilet paper all day. To see Indy season die like this? Good lord, this is an incredible collapse in the making. A 7-1 start and then going all in on Sauce Gardner to lose 4 of 5. And with that schedule, they might not even make the playoffs. What an unbelievable disaster. I don't know what else to call it. Riley Leonard isn't leading them to shit. Jacksonville has the division, it's over there. Was Chris Ballard just not meant to experience success or something? Phillip Rivers? 44-year-old Phillip Dadgum Rivers who hasn't played since Corona Chan was active? That's who the Colts are dragging out? Sure, why not? This year's already evolved into hell off the handrails, why not bring out Uncle Phil to die to that gauntlet? God, this is so fucking desperate. Still be seeing Desmond Mitter or CJ Beathard flailing around out there. Didn't he sign a one-day deal with the Chargers over the summer to retire? True rookie QBs. In these conditions, with these limited and injury-devastated rosters, we're getting some finest slop this side of the Mississippi today, baby. Oh, it's some incredibly bad stuff today. Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland offense falling to endless ailments against Cam Ward throwing to nothing. Seriously, his best receiver right now is Jamera fucking DK. So in the end, the game's gonna be mostly on the back of Tony Pollard. He went back to his cowboy form for this one against a stout unit for over 160 yards on the ground. This is not a drill. Tennessee has a lead in a football game. The Browns are crumbling under this incredible offensive might. An unbelievable sight has happened. The Titans have scored 31 points in a football game. The most they have all season. We thought Myles Garrett was gonna have 4 sacks. The dude didn't even have 4 pressures. But then we remember late. The Titans defense. Shedeur's got fanboys to rally, and he will to the tune of a bitterly quick touchdown to make it 1 score. They tried to go for 2 and failed. Sorry, boys. But don't worry, you have a bonus token for another drive. Nope. Shedeur's gonna be allowed to make this JV defense of the Titans break again for a touchdown late with a chance to tie. All they have to do is make this 2-point conversion.
After missing earlier for the tie, no Shedeur, it's Judkins on the direct snap. He was supposed to pitch it, but didn't and couldn't. And now he's going to have to throw it, and he does. And it's incomplete. And the Titans hold him off.
What the hell was that? Seriously, what the fuck did we just witness? I thought the swinging dirt that happened last year was terrible, but this play has me gunning for Stefanski's head. What the hell is your major malfunction, Kevin? You have another 2-point conversion? Let's not use the QB that led us there this time. I can't believe it. You're validating every conspiracy Shador fanboys have about you. I'm about to start screaming sabotage, and for what? Instant lol cow of the week honors? Do you want to get fired? The Titans merely take the win to salvage any sort of team morale. So this means the New York Giants now hold the first overall pick. They may want to rehire Shane Bowen right about now. How many quarterbacks does it take to screw in a light bulb in Berea? I'm not kidding, the Browns have gone through at least 50 of them and haven't found one that can. Please stay the way that you are. Eternal lol cow. Now move for me. If you believe that this would be a blowout, then you'd be grossly mistaken. Tampa Bay has been limping in the worst possible way for a number of weeks now, and the Saints are always eager to take out an old foe. I'd say guess what happened, but even you already know that answer by now. New Orleans was the epitome of beatable. A prime Bucs team from a year or so ago would have knocked the socks off these guys with all the mistakes they made, but now? They've nothing. Baker Mayfield doesn't have any magic to overcome such an aging menace. They're struggling mightily with these Saints. And that's a devastating curse when facing a team eager to play spoiler. And especially so when they try to keep rolling the dice on 4th down and don't have the O-line to do it. 5 turnovers on downs on the day. 3 for 13 on 3rd. They miss Mike Evans badly. Emeka Egbuka fell off a map once he returned from injury. Godwin isn't the same, and it's a neck-and-neck affair against the skeletal remains of New Orleans. Another problem is that Tyler Shuck wants to prove himself, and the Bucs are more than ripe for the kill.
Again, the new right tackle is Sherman. Shuck. Oh, here they come up the middle. He got away from one. He got away from Vea. Here he goes. No way.
That is the sound of Carolina cheering the sweetest victory they've had all season. New Orleans hypothetically getting revenge for Brady besting Breeze in the playoffs a few years ago. It doesn't have anywhere near the same gravitas, but the Saints are merely going to take it for pride points. Hey, Tyler Shuck had his best performance of his young career, even if it was against a hollow shell of a defense, so they'll more than take it. Those final offensive drives of theirs proved it. Tampa Bay's in some serious shit. They're not only fading at rapid speed, they're not only tied with the Panthers, they have to face them twice in the next 4 weeks. Why does this division even exist? Is one of God's cruel tests of faith? Behold the ultimate trap game. Cincinnati diced through those frauds in Baltimore last week, and they're more than willing to do the same to Buffalo here. All you'll get to hear are the soothing sounds of cool Joe Burrow, smoking defenses in the snow with his weapons like a cigar. It's looking more and more of an embarrassment as time moves on, exposing the Bills' glaring flaws at every turn. Did you get too fat and happy after that victory against the mediocre Steelers? Bengals are gonna rip you limb from limb. Witness the machinations of your own fears and vices, Bills Mafia. What's this? Timely defense near the goal line. They made James Cook pull a biner? This is truly it. The playoff push is back on, motherfuckers. 10-point lead. Joe Burrow, elite receivers. This is the time to do something. Oh no, Josh Allen had to go God mode to give the Bills any sense of life in this game again. Ooh, how scary.
From the 33. Ooh. Oh my goodness! Look out here! Christian Benford! Gift wrap! The other way! Touchdown! What just happened?
Wait, what are you doing? Stop! Bengals, the playoff push is right there! Look away! No! The Bengals' 3 main weapons soar too high, and the team self-destructs as a result. Buffalo escapes their own flaws once again, while Cincy... Yeah, stop deluding yourselves. Your season's been finished since week 4. Of course the Bengals' defense happens again on a 3rd and 15 to seal the game. Poetry. Hilarious poetry. I legitimately haven't seen a Steelers-Ravens game with less hyper-optimism from either side than this. Does either fan base want their team to win? Especially after last week's stunts? Good God. But wait, first I have to put on the faux epic voice again. Tonight, on There's No Creativity in Media, the fury of the fan base takes center stage as the Black and Gold Brigade tries to hide from the noise. I'm not joking either. It's far from solely a fan base issue. Gobs upon gobs of team alumni are crashing out in real time. After that shameful display against Buffalo, they're furious. Teflon Tomlin finally being slowly cooked on a fire that should have started years ago. culminating in unfounded rumors swirling about his personal life to the point where his son wants to fight content creators on Twitter. Shit is dire. But Baltimore awaits. And what we get is the most uninspired football from these two in a very long time. Let's be more than clear, these are both really shit teams that are gonna get fucking destroyed in the wild card. The Ravens legitimately look like the worst I've seen them in decades. Lamar's visibly hurt and completely limited without his legs at full strength. Their offensive line is fucking putrid. They have zero pass rush. Shit, Aaron Rodgers threw deep balls over 20 air yards for the first time in a month. Lamar said earlier this week that Baltimore was treating this match like a playoff game. They weren't wrong. Everyone's out of position, everyone's confused, nobody knows what the fuck's going on. Repeated failures for a repeatedly dead season. But that's not the main star today. There are nefarious actions afoot. Ref ball supreme in ways Steeler fans know well. The Shield can't let Tomlin lose his precious non-losing season narrative. And the Venmo checks came through. First, a Steeler field goal undone by leverage penalty on the long snapper. Even though there wasn't much here that signified leverage. Pittsburgh scores a touchdown shortly thereafter. Next, a battered pass results in a contested ball and interception for Baltimore until... Hold it! Aaron's knee is down. Steelers still have ball because he apparently gained possession in the process? I know offense usually gets side and tiebreaker, but... okay. But the grand finale is yet to come. Baltimore strikes with a touchdown to Isaiah for a likely touchdown to finally take the lead. Hold it! What the fuck? How is that incomplete? That's a catch. 2 feet down, firm control. No football move? The whole damn play's a football move. What are we doing here? If this happened on the field of play, this would be a fumble. So the Rodgers ball's considered a catch, but this isn't? Come on, Baltimore was more than eager to lose on their own doing. They didn't need to get pummeled by the lead too. So then the Ravens fail because Mark Andrews tipped a pass meant for Nuke Hopkins and John Harbaugh needs to be canned yesterday. Pittsburgh didn't even do that well either. They had 3 yards of offense in the fourth quarter. Steelers winning a game by means of heinous ref ball and the other team shooting itself in the foot? I feel like I've been watching the same damn movie for the last 8 years. Can we please make it stop? Shit, I can't even feel bad for the Ravens despite them getting fucked since they did a masterful job of beating themselves yet again. So in the end, it's worst case scenario for both teams. Nobody's happy, nothing changes, and Tomlin's PR campaign runs several victory laps despite everything that occurred. That really is so goddamn Raven. On days of our Steelers? Does that even make sense? This year was make or break for the eternal Cocties under center in Arizona. Kyler Murray's tenure as a Cardinal has been pretty much nothing. They put all their chips in on him multiple times, the last one being all but a shotgun wedding, and the results have been terrible. This throw is his legacy here. And the rest has been maddening inconsistency, non-contact injuries, and injuring his foot on a botched snap? Speaking of that injury, it's not healing up anywhere as well as expected, allegedly. He's probably played his last snap as a Cardinal. Look, when Jacoby Brissett's running the offense significantly better than Kyler at about a third of the pay, you have to cut ties. Although those contract guarantees in 2026 are going to make it pretty hard to trade him. Arizona might just have to bite the bullet. He's going to be a Steeler next year, isn't he? Arizona's woes go far beyond their long false idol. Look to the horrors of what occurs on your own damn field. The Rams are coming into town and not only rip another win from your body, they also take whatever ashes remain of your dignity. LA was pissed after last week's humiliation against the Panthers and needed someone to bully the shit out of in response. Bad news, Arizona. That's you. It's a thorough ass whooping from a team that needed a bounce back game in the worst possible way. Do yourself a favor. Just lie down and play dead. Maybe then the Rams will stop hurting you. Matthew Stafford had another strong day with 3 TDs. Complemented by Blake Corum's breakaway speed and 2-touchdown day. Over 500 yards of offense. That's all that needs to be said. Even in the Tank Bowl sweepstakes, they didn't succeed. Everyone below them in the order lost. Just a miserable day all around. Exactly how the Rams will take it. The next 2 weeks are their true test. Even a newborn child could have predicted the results of this one. Why did this even have to be played? I think even Raiders fans would have been fine with a simple forfeit. Instead, they get humiliated. On both the field and in the stands. The Raiders be ass and apparently shall always be ass. And again, they're more interested in maintaining their strong tank. So they're more than willing to let Denver take the win in most convincing fashion. Wasn't even anything flashy. The Broncos just ate time of possession like it was nobody's business. Las Vegas just let Bo Nix dink and dunk them to death with hilarious results. Are you going to adjust to this, Raiders? No, you'll just let them have a near-perfect game to 11 different receivers? Okay, fine then. The Broncos defense will simply strangle whatever remains of your offensive attack in the process. Although they may have done you a favor with Geno Smith being taken out with a shoulder injury, you will get a Kenny Pickett sighting and you will like it. Look at him sling his one pass a game. I still believe, damn it! In fact, it leads to one of the most hilarious sights in modern times. The Raiders kicking a field goal in the final seconds due to a Bronco penalty to go down by 7, thus earning the backdoor cover. Gamblers everywhere molded. It was a beautiful sight. This is the moment, Chicago. Everything you've been working towards finally coming to a head in a showdown against the ultimate boogeyman. Those inbred cheese whizzers from Wisconsin. And there will be hell to pay for anyone who dares to utter a positive word about Packers. Even at Lambeau. Let's ignore the first quarter, though. I think both teams would like that. The Bears might wish for something different as Jordan Love is starting to inherit the titles bestowed upon Rodgers and Favre before him. Owner of Chicago. A 14-3 lead at halftime seems perilous, but remember, these aren't the same old Bears. These ones have bite and relish a challenge. Caleb hadn't done much to this point, but now he's going to make the necessary adjustments to properly get Midway back into the affair. Now it'll get uncomfortable. This is what Bears fans wanted. A fight. And a fight they shall get. Trailing by 7 late in the third quarter, Williams will lead his team down the field with a drive that makes the Windy City howl in delight. A long 8.5-minute grind where the only whining will be by Packers fans saying they're constantly holding Micah. And after finally breaking them, salvation. A touchdown to tie the game at 21. All they have to do is hold them off just for a drive or two and the game is theirs. But they just can't. Jordan Love and Josh Jacobs are simply too strong for them to tame. And whatever they do to counter isn't enough. The Packers score a crucial touchdown to retake the lead. So here it is. Caleb Williams' chance at being the hero Chicago knows he can be. And he's doing good work with it so far. Several 20-plus yard passes to get them into the red zone. They try to push forward with Kyle Monangai to move the chains. But the defense won't budge. 4th and 1 for all the marbles. It's gonna be up to Caleb to be the hero here.
On the fake. Williams looking, throwing, and it's intercepted! Keyshawn Nixon and the Packers will win it!
He cannot. The memes once again prevail. The Packers own Chicago yet again. Alas, this was probably their best chance to do something, and even the Zebras were allegedly trying to help you out, but such is life, I suppose. Just treat it as a bump in the road and come back at them in 2 weeks' time. Per tradition, Green Bay once again lords over the NFC North. The rest of their division once again cringes in disgust. What was once killed back in the 70s and 80s may never die again, apparently. Although they have Denver next week. That should be an interesting matchup. I can't believe it. This actually happened. I didn't want to utter such words until the corpses were burned to ash so they couldn't rise from the dead, but we're all but able to confirm it. The Chiefs are all but fucking finished. Their endless bullshit can no longer rain down like a barrage of arrows across the NFL landscape. We can finally confess, they're a bad football team in 2025. They have no offensive line right now, down 3 of their starters, and even more with Wanya Morris going down early. Years upon years upon years of bad drafting and aging stars have finally caught up with them. Judgment Day is here, and it comes in the form of a brutal defensive slog. Houston's D's legit, and Patrick Mahomes may have legitimately had the worst performance of his career. Well, it's not entirely on him, as receivers literally kept dropping every damn thing in sight. How many do they have in this game? 8? Hell, the only reason why they were even in this game is because the Texans' offense is complete cheeks. Spagnuolo's D's doing the ultimate carry job as the Chiefs manage to slowly sneak back in tied at 10. We all watch in anticipation. The fourth quarter ticks down. Neither offense can do a damn thing. One team must blink, and it's Andy Reid. He decides, you know what? We didn't go for it on a 4th and short in the red zone earlier. Let's go for it on a 4th and short at your own 30? You fucking died! The Texans' offense was doing abso-fucking-nothing! What the hell are you doing, Andy? We're supposed to mock the butt shit for doing this against you in 2020, not copy him! So suddenly, holy shit, the Texans' offense finally wakes up and scores a touchdown. Wow. Amazing how the laws of momentum and field position work out. So comes their next drive and they have to go for it again on 4th down in their own territory because you can't admit the last attempt was a failure, so fail again because Rashee Rice crashed offseason style. Fortunately, Houston's offense is useless. But that's not enough failure for them. Late-stage Travis Kelce decides to happen again. This man is what we call cooked. The Chiefs are too. And the rest of the football world cheers in unison. The Texans pull out another gutsy victory in spite of their terrible offense and are firmly in the playoff hunt. Kansas City is not. Sucks to suck. We'll gladly get loaded over by New England again like the golden years. Man, that was some funny shit, ESPN. You can go ahead and put on the real football game now. What do you mean, that was the game? That shitty display from both teams? That? This wasn't just hyped up as a primetime heavyweight showdown. This is between two teams solidly in the playoffs at 8-4. Good God, we've gone too far. By trying to perfect football, we end up with this slop at every turn.
Hurts. Picked off. Intercepted, and now the ball's out, and Hurts ends up with the ball in his hands. He fumbles. Chargers ball.
Jalen's the first man to have 2 turnovers on the same play since at least 50 years. And that's only because the records don't go further. The other headline is Justin Herbert dying on loop. Dude's up against the Eagles defense. Even without Jalen Carter, stuffed for 7 sacks and countless more bludgeonings. They were as fucking relentless as always, but everyone knows why this is anything close. We all already know. Today's problem lies in percentage of blame. Kevin Patullo and Nick Sirianni are clowns that mangle everything they touch, but today's arrow's pointing more and more at the guy under center. Earlier that day, Mahomes must have called Jalen up and said, "Man, I need you to do me a favor. Be fucking terrible and throw the game away to get the heat off my shitty performance last night." Jalen's such a good friend, you know that? Oh, that's probably the worst performance of his career, too. And all of Philly squirming. There were hordes of Eagles fans unironically declaring Hurts an elite QB in the echelon of Mahomes and Allen after the Super Bowl. We had people say without an ounce of sarcasm that this man was better than 2015 Cam Newton. Are you for real? This man's been the epitome of inconsistent in his career. And today he's not just booty cheeks, but rivaling those over-exaggerated 3D models with ass balloons ready to pop. And to show support, the Eagles are installing a positivity rabbit in the locker room. I'm surprised they allowed it since Kevin Patullo and eggs don't go well together. Justin Herbert should thank his lucky stars, or else they'd be calling him a social media QB as well. He didn't do exactly much better here either. So what we get is what apparently passes for quality NFL football in 2025. Waves of injuries and incompetence ruining this fine game. Holy shit, it only took about 600 tries, but the Eagles finally broke off a big run. It was off a fake tush push, but the thought counts. The rest of the offense from here is simply thoughts. Easy way to say it for both teams. Nothing happened but field goals. Neither offense could budge that far. Yet we're stuck going to overtime because life is a cruel joke. Can this shit fucking end? No one, and I mean no one, wanted overtime here. Just treat it like Shivo and pull the plug. Unfortunately, both sides get a chance to fail now. But the Bolts fail in the red zone, so they kick a field goal to take the lead. Now Philly can pretend to make things happen. And they are. Sort of. They're slowly eating upfield, but stall to face a 4th down. And the Chargers fuck it up pre-snap. The Eagles may do it. They can escape the memes and win it all. The fan base may not drown themselves in mass.
Hurts keeps. Throws. Batted up and picked off. Intercepted.
Jalen, my dude. It's 1st down. There's plenty of time on the clock. You had a wide-open Dallas Goedert underneath. What the fuck are you throwing that? All you've done is make Cowboys fans insufferable by proxy. This really is 2023 all over again, all the way down to the coaching malpractice and complete misuse of talent. The Chargers didn't really win, they simply lost it less. They stole this one thanks to their opponent's self-sabotage at every turn. Okay, their defense did play really well, to be fair. The starting 11 on the Eagles D should be allowed to break every offensive player's legs in that locker room. There are also aluminum bats in the storage room next to your locker. Do with this information what you will. You know, we're past week 14, yet nobody's clinched a playoff spot yet. I can't even remember the last time this happened. This year's the literal definition of any given Sunday. Every team apparently sucks ass and nobody's truly elite in the grand scheme of things. This isn't even a snide remark, it's probably the truth. This year's is both as wide open and as unsightfully painful to look at as you can imagine. I'm not even gonna go over the AFC and NFC in detail since this will probably change significantly next week. A third of the league is poverty, but for the rest of you...
Don't get eliminated!
Bring out Jadid! Bring out Jadid!
Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit lost.
Get the fuck out of here!
Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit lost.
Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit lost.
Unit ready. Unit ready.
Unit lost.
Thanks very much. That's all. See you on Thursday. Right.
You know, it's their opportunity to come out here in the second half and start to eliminate the reasons why there's concern over this offense. But we're seeing a lot of the same things we've seen the last few weeks.
And here's Rashid Shaheed, big special teams play. Breaking free, and Shaheed all the way to the house, no flags.